Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we're going to be talking about the SKS DMR in Battlefield 4. This gun is available for all classes. Right now I'm using it on the Assault class, using it as a battle rifle, something that I can get kills with at long range and in a pinch get kills with it in close quarters if I need to. This is one of my favorite DMRs, and the reason for this is the rate of fire. I can shoot this faster than any of the other DMRs, still maintain a 3-shot kill at pretty much any range, assuming I don't hit any leg shots, and it maintains good follow-up shot accuracy. The way I like to run this gun is with an angled foregrip to help reduce some of that first shot recoil, really bring the recoil down in line. I don't put a heavy barrel on here because I really don't want to increase that first shot recoil by any means, so I pretty much leave the barrel standard, or I'll put a flash hider on here, and then if I'm going for battle rifle I'll use a Cobra sight. If I want something that can give me a little bit more power at range, I'll use a 3.4 times sight. And for looks and blending into the environment, the adaptive spray seems to make this gun look pretty cool, and I like using adaptive camos just because every time you enter a new map the gun has a cool new look to it. Taking a look at the stats for the weapon, which are available on simthic.com, you'll notice that we have a 333 round per minute rate of fire. This makes it the fastest firing DMR available. It doesn't have the highest damage model though, and that's somewhat important, not too important. It has 43 damage maximum and 34 minimum. It's still a 3-shot, pretty much guaranteed at any range. The only problem is that with 34 minimum, if you do end up hitting a leg shot at far ranges, you will not 3-shot kill them. You'll actually need a 4-shot kill. So if you can manage hitting torso or head, you will definitely get a 3-shot kill. If you manage to hit the head, you can bring that down to a 2-shot kill. You'll notice that a lot of the other DMRs have slightly higher damage model with 45 maximum and 38 minimum. This allows them to 3-shot kill even if they mix a leg shot or two into the fray. They're still going to get that 3-shot minimum no matter what. Now, to make up for the fact that the SKS shoots faster than any of the other DMRs out there, it also has the slowest bullet velocity available at 440 meters per second. This is going to make it one of the hardest weapons to use for hitting moving targets at long range and judging bullet drop at long range. So once you get used to that, you know it's much easier to use this weapon shooting at stationary targets or targets that are running towards you rather than perpendicular. With 20 rounds per magazine, it's pretty average in that department. Its reload speed at 2.3 seconds for the short reload and 3.5 seconds for the long reload is average again in that department, so you're getting nothing special in the magazine department. Where the gun really excels is its rate of fire and its ability to just put a lot of rounds downrange, which I find is really one of the better tactics to take with the DMR, because you can hold your breath, you can wait all day to get those perfect headshots, but you're never going to one-shot kill anybody with a headshot, and any good player is going to have sense to duck down, move away before you can follow up with that secondary shot. So I find to play with the SKS or any DMR effectively, it's probably better to just really try and get that volume of fire downrange rather than extremely accurate fire. You'll probably end up getting more kills, and you'll end up getting some kills that you weren't even expecting to get. Oftentimes players travel in groups, so you might be shooting at one player, miss him, shoot the guy behind him, you end up getting a double kill that you weren't even going for. Now, when comparing DMRs to, say, assault rifles for medium to even medium long range combat, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that assault rifles can simply dish out damage faster. Where the DMR really excels is the ability to take out multiple targets before you need to reload, and take out those targets from medium to longer ranges. An assault rifle can take out a target from medium to long range, but you usually have to use most of your magazine for that, so you're not going to be able to get through more than 1 or 2 guys at those longer ranges, where the DMR can certainly take out 2, 3, even 4 guys before you need to worry about reloading at those medium to medium long ranges. Looking at the DMR for its competitive aspects, I really don't think even the SKS, which is my favorite DMR, is ever going to come close to besting an assault rifle in a one-on-one engagement. At those ranges, an assault rifle is simply going to outperform this weapon. The gun performs well on infantry-heavy maps where there's lots of infantry and you don't have to be in the front lines. If you can keep yourself at medium to longer ranges, which is very dependent on having teammates that are willing to take the front lines for you, then this gun can really dish out some damage and you can support your teammates very well. well with it. But in a competitive scene, you're going to need something a little bit more flexible, something that you can definitely take the front lines and get in a one-on-one gunfight and come out on top. In that situation, assault rifles will always be king. Now, why do I think the SKS is the best DMR out there? Certainly, rate of fire can't be everything that's available, and it's not. There's a lot of more accurate DMRs. There's DMRs that have really good hip fire. There's DMRs that reload incredibly fast, that have faster bullet velocity so you can hit targets more precisely at range. But when it comes down to theories and just basically gun mechanics, I think that if you're going for precise long-range targeting, a bolt-action sniper rifle is always going to be king. If you practice enough with a bolt action, you can definitely get good at hitting those headshots and downing your target in one shot, not having to worry about sloppy follow-up shots and trying to deal with your target in sort of a spam fire manner. So rather than trying to replace the bolt-action sniper rifle with a slower firing DMR that's more accurate, I've decided to go for volume of fire and really outfit the SKS to facilitate that. So reducing its recoil as much as possible, not worrying about giving it a heavy barrel to improve its accuracy or anything like that, or even in this case putting on a higher magnification sight. I'm just trying to spot targets, put a lot of volume of fire down that way, and it works out really well for most of the game modes that I've picked. I also find that if you're playing on bigger open maps that have, say, vehicles, a conquest map, and you're playing an engineer because you want to be able to deal with vehicular targets, but most of the infantry targets you see are at medium to longer ranges, a DMR can be perfect for those maps. There's another small area of the SKS which I haven't really focused on just because it's not my playstyle, but it might be your playstyle, and that's that it has decent hipfire accuracy. It's not the best out of the DMRs out there, but it's pretty darn good. So if you put a laser sight on here, you will be able to hit fire targets in close quarters. Personally, I avoid it because I feel the laser sight just gives away my position too much at longer ranges, and any fraction of a second that I can be alive longer is another fraction of a second that I can acquire targets and take them out before they can take me out. So I'm all about concealment, so I don't really run with the laser sight as much, but it can be fun, especially if you're playing on close quarters infantry heavy maps. So that pretty much wraps it up for my review of the SKS. If you find yourself enjoying DMRs, give the SKS a try. Try my loadout with the angled foregrip on there. Put lots of fire down range, and I guarantee you'll be having a fun time. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.